How was that freelance world? What was it like sitting in meetings with producers and trying to get scripts kind of commissioned? Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had some good experience, I think, with it. A lot of it, like I said, was in LA. So with various production companies and sort of at Paramount, Disney, which all sounds really cool now. Yeah, I know. What was I doing there? And I had a good time, but I think my agent Karen was really fantastic at putting me in front of people who were not going to take advantage of me too much.
Right.
And I think with all of the kind of the Me Too things that have come out about Hollywood, I feel, and I wish I didn't feel I could say that I'm incredibly lucky that I never had any of those experiences as a young woman, going to all of these meetings on my own. But yeah, I never experienced any of that, which is great.
So you were literally going to these meetings by yourself?
Yeah.
As a 23-year-old?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought
Oh
she would. I thought my agent would come with me. I thought Karen was going to be there, and she's like, "No, this is not what happens." I'm like, "Wait, what?" And I do have a really distinct memory of the first one. Was it was a production company that had done the Predator movies at some point, so they had this giant statue of the Predator, and it was across from where you sat in the waiting room. This thing's like looming. And I was sitting there like, oh god.
Your imagination's sort of running wild, probably. This is what the meeting's going to be like.
Yeah, and that was a really good session. And yeah, so it was a lot. Like I said, a lot of it was taking meetings with people who went, "Your script is really good. Yep. Do you know this book?" And I'd be like, "No, I don't. But I can tell you how I would adapt it. Give me a week." So I'd then go to Barnes & Noble, Borders was still a thing at that point, and grab the book, and then read it, work out how it could be adapted, work out the things that were really visual about the novel, the through line, the things that don't work, and then try and kind of come up with a pitch for that. And then I'd have them meeting a week or so later and be like, okay, so this is how I would work on this text. And some of them I was lucky with and some of them not. So I did a lot of that, continued my own writing. And then I lived in the UK and sort of went out for a month at various periods to do meetings because it just worked out a little bit cheaper.
Right.
And then while I was in York, there was a huge boom in the sort of filmmaking community in York, as there still is. And people were kind of coalescing, and so I got involved with some of the filmmakers who were there as well and did some commercials and things like that.
Fantastic. So was it cheaper? Were you staying with your parents in York?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, you didn't want to say that out loud. Sorry.
No, I don't mind. No, I stayed with my parents, which meant that I didn't have to pay.
No, it's good to take advantage of that while you can, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Probably good advice to students listening.
Oh gosh, yeah. If you do have a good relationship with your parents. No, that was actually really, really helpful.
Especially if you're trying to make it in freelance world, I guess.
Yeah, because freelancing is... it can either go really well and you have periods where everything is fantastic and you're so busy, and then there are periods where you're doing nothing at all. And if you're doing a lot of work on spec, so if you're writing scripts without a particular commission in mind, then you're not getting any money for that. But you do need to continue to be writing. Right.
So which is basically what happened with you, right? You were writing and that was then your calling card for them to trust you to do a book adaptation, for example. Yeah. And did any of those get made in the end as films?
No, they didn't, which is the really, really sad part about sort of the film industry, is that there are so many projects being developed at any point. Yeah. Some stuff got kind of close and then no.
But that's the reality of it, right?
It really is, yeah. But I do still really enjoy film. I love TV and I love thinking about ideas for TV. But I also just like that kind of one-off thing.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on that. Yeah.